Hello there. So now I'm going to show you how to change your Zoom settings to make it more elementary classroom friendly. Hold on, buddy. Okay, good job. All right, so you're going to go over here just where under personal where you went to create your meetings, go down to settings. Sorry for the delay. My computer is extremely slow lately. I don't know if anyone else is having that issue with all the virtual learning. Everything kind of slowed down. See? Pop-ups, goodness. Okay, then. Here we go. So I kind of just go through each one. Some of them are locked by our district, so you can't change it, which is fine. Here you can change things like waiting room. I have that on just in case someone doesn't join at the correct time. They go into a waiting room. You can change your passcode by clicking here. For all your meetings, Audrey and I call ourselves Jarvis to make it easier for the kids instead of Jarvis Shendrick. But you can make your passcode whatever you want. Otherwise, it will generate one for you. These are locked, as I said. Embed passcode in the link. Yes, please. Let's see, host video. This right here, you can automatically set that your video is ready to go, but you can also do that when you start your meeting. So I'm just leaving those alone. Join before the host. I make sure that's off, especially for students, so they cannot start the meeting without you. That way it will not start until you start it, if that makes any sense. Sometimes Google Meet, the kids were already on when I popped on, even though the settings said not to. Personal meeting ID will be embedded. That's the one that Zoom creates for you. Those I left off. This one I turned on, mute participants upon entry. So they will be already muted when they join, which makes it nice, especially for the younger kids. If you have a lot of times when they log in and they don't know how to mute themselves right away, it might be nice if they're already muted. And then you can talk them through how to unmute. Let's see, meeting reminder. There's a lot of settings, so bear with me. Chat. I clicked to prevent participants from saving the chat. So as the host, I have the opportunity to save the chat, but I don't want my students saving the chat. That's just a personal choice of mine. This way, if I feel I want to share out any questions that were asked in the chat, I can save it. Or, heaven forbid a child says something inappropriate in the chat, you can save it. Private chat, allow participants to send one-on-one messages to each other. I turn that off. I don't want kids private messaging each other. Auto-saving chats. You can have that on if you want. It'll save all your meeting chats. I turned it off just for the sake of myself. I'll save them if I would like to. This, I also turned on a sound when someone joins or leaves. In 5th grade, we have 32 kids and they don't all show up on one screen. So I wanted it to be very apparent if a student logs off in the middle or gets kicked off or whatever. So it'll make a sound for me. So I'll know someone got on or off. Let's see, file transfer. This, if you want to share out any docs or links or anything during your meeting, you're going to want this on so you can send it in your chat to everybody. Let's see, surveys. This all has to do with Zoom. Screen sharing. Obviously, as hosts, we want to share as teachers. You can decide if you want kids to be able to share their screen. That's all up to you. That's personal preference. And then I disabled desktop screen shares for users. Annotation, this one's huge. You should have this on because this allows you to use any annotating. If you put up any web page or material, you can annotate on your screen. Also whiteboard, you can have a whiteboard to use and I'll show you that later. Remote control. All of this was already on before I went on here. Meeting reactions. So there are icons that I will show you later in the presentation. Like kids can raise their hands or give a thumbs up. That's their meeting reactions, and they're little emojis. So if you don't want kids, shouting out, or it's just a good way to help you control your class a little bit. So if you want those are there. Allow remove participants to rejoin. Yes, please. Allow participants to rename themselves. I did this only because sometimes we would have kids joining on a parent's device and it would say their parent's name. We'll see if this becomes an issue. I don't know. So for now, I have it on. Hide participant profile pictures in a meeting. Okay, so personally, I did this because in 5th grade last year, we saw a lot of their profile pictures were like random things, and I didn't want that. So I'd rather their name show up than a picture of a cat, if that makes sense. In meeting, sorry, again, I said there's a ton of settings, so just going through them all. Some of these were just on. Okay, here's the huge one, breakout room. So you need to enable this in order to use breakout rooms this year. This will be disabled until you enable it. And then right here, you need to click this, allow the host to assign participants when scheduling. This is how you will pre-assign your breakout rooms. And then down here, you can turn on virtual backgrounds, which is kind of cool. Filters, which I'll show you in a little bit. There's some, you can go through all of these on your own. I left quite a few off. Emails. Okay, that's it. Okay, so there is one more thing in settings that is not here, and it's about polling. And what polling is you can ask all the kids a question and they can vote, and it can be anonymous. So the way I intend on using it is you can ask the kids, like, tell me how you're feeling today, and have options like great, tired, sad, and the kids can anonymously click on it, and you can kind of get a view of how your kids are feeling that day. Just a cool way to check it. And I'll be moving on to the next thing.